Hello, everyone. As you can probably see behind me, we have a book haul that we need to do today. Ooh, I'm so excited. Let's get into it. Okay, so this is kind of a culmination of a couple of trips that I made to Books a Million. Now, if you have not heard the exciting news, Books a Million just opened up a store here in my area, and they've only been open for, I think, maybe a week. They are having their grand opening this Saturday. I am very excited about it. I will be attending that because I think they're doing like 35% off for all Books a Million Millionaire Club members, which I have been a member for a while. I've just only been using it online. But now that there is a store, oh gosh, I'm going to be spending so much money there, as you can clearly see. So, like I said, this is a culmination of, I think, two shopping trips that I went to for Books a Million. So we're going to go through the shopping haul, and then I've got several more books coming in for a book mail haul that I will be doing probably either later next week or the beginning of the week after. It just depends on when the mail comes. So anyway, let's start. Let's start with, let's see if I can move you a little bit so that you can see all of these wonderful books that I got. So yes, I got some Dungeon Crawler Carl books. So these are the US hardback versions, which are the ones that I want. I thought about getting the UK versions. They have, let me show you. So do you see how these are they have kind of a purple color with a black kind of half spine, and then it's got some cool kind of foiled wording. So the UK covers are kind of neon, which I thought was kind of cool. So I thought, oh, it'd be fun to kind of have the neon naked hardbacks. But I decided to get the US ones, and it's because Books a Million had just gotten in a shipment from Texas from Matt Dinneman, and they were autographed. So, yes, indeed, I got, oh my gosh, I can't even open this. I got signed copies. Now, I was not able to get the whole set. I am still missing book number 1 and book number 7, but I have the rest of them. So, I'm on the hunt. I'm on the lookout. If any of y'all know how I can get my hands on book 1 or book 7, then drop it in the comments below, because yeah, I went actually back a couple of times trying to find them, and unfortunately they had been sold out. So anyway, but I was able to get these. I do actually have a paperback copy. Let me turn you over this direction. I do have a paperback copy of book number 1, but I am going to be bedazzling that one, and so I need to get a different copy, a hardback copy preferably, of number 1. So anyway, that is my DCC signed set that I got. I'm so excited. If you guys have not read Dungeon Crawler Carl, look, I understand. I'm with you. I am not really a lit RPG person. Like, I've played World of Warcraft like back in the day, so I get it. Like, it kind of, reading these books kind of gives me a sense of nostalgia a little bit, which I appreciate, but they're not really like my cup of tea. But oh my gosh, these books, listen to them on audiobook. That is all I'm going to say. That is all I'm going to say. Listen to them on audiobook. You will not be disappointed. Okay, next we have Mayfly by CJ Lead. This is a paperback that I picked up. So this one sounds really good. I have been seeing a couple of social media things about it, that it's a really good kind of a horror story, but it's got kind of a unhinged female character, which I love. So we have kind of Disney princess by day, but by night she is a serial killer. And so I'm kind of excited to read this one. I'm thinking what I will do is I am going to save this one, and I think I might do this for my Summerween, which I think I'm going to be doing either the end of July, beginning of August. So anyway, I think I might save this one for Summerween. Okay, next we have Let's Split Up by Bill Wood. This is a really pretty sprayed edge copy. So this one is kind of a summer camp slasher type thing. I don't know if this is rated YA. I think it is a YA book. So it says that this is a Scream meets Scooby Doo, which I think sounds super fun. Set in 2001 Sonora, California, the shocking murders a shocking murder shakes everyone, leaving them to believe that the ghost of a murdered landowner has finally taken his revenge. But we have Cam, Jonesy, Amber, and a new girl, Buffy, as they dig deeper into the sinister secrets of the mansion. Um, anyway, so it says, "Let's split up." Famous last words with a killer on the loose. This one would actually be really good for Summerween too. So maybe I'll save these two for Summerween. Oh my gosh, I have another Summerween. I'm doing good. Okay, so this is How to Survive Camping, The Lady in Chains. This is by Bonnie Quinn. You may remember I read How to Survive Camping, The Man with No Shadow. I thoroughly enjoyed that book so much. And so I was so excited to see this one on the shelf. I grabbed it. It's kind of a fun little, it's got kind of the ragged edges. It's kind of like a little mini book almost, but not really. So this kind of gives me like horror stories around the campfire, like scary stories that you tell while you roast marshmallows while you're camping. That's the kind of vibe that this gives me. So we have a campground owner, and she is trying to basically save her family's legacy, which is this campground. But this campground is also inhabited by otherworldly and supernatural creatures. And so she has to kind of take charge of that and kind of be the one that kind of saves the campers, but at the same time she kind of has to be cognizant of what the supernatural creatures need according to lore and according to legend. And so it's kind of a balance for her, and I thoroughly enjoyed the first one. It was a really good time. It was a riot, and so I'm really hoping that this one is too. So yeah, Summerween. I've got 3 now that I can have for Summerween. Okay, the next one I have is The Other Brother. This is by Tierney Page. You guys might know Tierney Reads, I think is what it is, on Instagram and TikTok. Anyway, she's a social influencer and she loves her spicy books. I knew that she was also an author, but I have not read anything by her. So this is the first book that I will be reading by her. So basically, this is a love story. It's like a rock and roll band type love story. Um, it sounds like we have our female main character. She thought she had found the love of her life with her fiance, but everything fell apart. And so she's heartbroken and betrayed. And she decides that she's never going to find a love like that again until she meets her ex fiance's younger brother. And they kind of have some sparks that fly. And so there's kind of a love story that happens there. So, anyway, it sounds really good. I'm kind of excited to read something by her. I knew that she was an author, but I haven't read anything by her yet. So, okay, then we have Signed, Sealed, Dead. This is by Cynthia Murphy. This one is, I believe this is also a YA book. Let me check and see, but I believe that it is. So it just says, Dear Paige, welcome to your new home in Shorehaven. We've been waiting for some new blood. When true crime obsessed Paige moves to her father's eerie childhood home, it's not long before she uncovers the town's dark history, a string of unsolved murders and disappearances in the 90s. Soon after, notes start appearing in their mailbox about the secrets the old house is keeping. Paige can't stop herself from following the clues, but will they help her solve a quarter of a century old mystery, or will Paige be the next target? So maybe this isn't YA. Maybe this is just kind of a thriller mystery. I'm not sure if there's any supernatural in this or not, but it sounds good. Another one that might be a good Summerween. We'll have to see. Okay, next we have Shadows of Sparta. This is the new one by C.R. Jane. It's a beautiful sprayed edge copy, so pretty. So this one is kind of a deviation from what C.R. Jane normally writes. If you've read anything by C.R. Jane, you know that she is most definitely a sports romance writer. She has her hockey series, she has her football series, and they're all so good. I love anything that C.R. Jane writes. I love. So this one though is kind of I think it's romantasy actually, which is again kind of something that I know that she's kind of delved into that before with different author collaborations. Um, but this is something, at least for me, I have not read anything quite like this from her before. So this is going to be fun. Okay, so we have, let me read you the little blurb here. Gods once ruled the land until King oh boy, Menelaus cast them out and crowned himself in their place. Now drought scorches the earth and mysterious afflictions steal the breath from the living, while defiance is answered with death. When the king resurrects the ancient trials meant to choose his queen, Helena becomes her dying village's only hope. Cursed with a terrible beauty, she steps forward not for glory but for survival. But beauty alone cannot save her from a crown stolen from the gods. Alone in a dangerous court, Helena must decide whom to trust: Achilles, a legendary warrior bound to the throne by blood and oath, or a mysterious prisoner bearing forbidden magic and long buried truths. One guards her cage, the other whispers how to escape it, and one of them is lying. The fate of her people rests on Helena's shoulders. If she chooses wrong, Sparta will not simply fall, it will kneel. Helena must claim the throne or be destroyed by it. So this sounds very sweeping, doesn't it? A very big romantasy, sweeping novel. I don't know if this is going to be I don't know if this is going to be a series. It doesn't say. Or maybe this is going to be a standalone. Anyway, I'm very excited to read it. It sounds really good. That must be Helena. It sounds like it's going to be somewhat of a retelling, or at least kind of weave a little bit of history in there a bit. Okay, next we have Twisted by Emily McIntyre. These are the special edition books. I am just kind of collecting these. I already have the full series of this in paperback, but I am collecting the special editions of them. And so this is the Twisted book. It's the one that just came out, and this is part of the Never After series, which is just basically the fairy tale retellings. They're kind of modernized and romance, and they're really good. I've read the whole series, and again, I'm just kind of trying to collect the special editions. Okay, then I got Hemlock and Silver by T. Kingfisher. You guys might remember another book haul that I did where I got a whole bunch of T. Kingfisher books, and this was about the only one that I was missing. And so I got this one. It's a hardback with the pretty edges. I'm super excited about this one. Again, T. Kingfisher is just kind of one of those new authors, at least new to me, that I've kind of been into recently. Healer Aja regularly drinks poison, not to die, but to save, seeking cures for those everyone else has given up on. But a summons from the king interrupts her quiet, herb-obsessed life. His daughter, Snow, is dying, and he hopes Aja's unorthodox methods can save her. Aided by a taciturn guard, a narcissistic cat, yes, and a passion for the scientific method, Aja rushes to treat Snow, but nothing seems to work. That is until she finds a secret world hidden inside a magic mirror. This dark realm may hold the key to what is making Snow sick. Anyway, very fantasy, sounds like. It's a dark reimagining of Snow White, steeped in poison, intrigue, and treason of the most magical kind. So yeah, I'm excited about that one. Okay, and the last one I have is Together We Rot. I got this on the bargain shelf. But look at that cover. Isn't that, oh, the light shining on it. Isn't that cool? This is a YA horror-mance. A horror romance. And so I'm kind of excited about it. I don't know that I've ever read a YA horror-mance before, but I figured for $5. Will Green and Elwood Clark used to be inseparable. That was before she accused his family of killing her mother. Anyway, so it sounds like Will spends her time trying to gather evidence on her mom's disappearance. Elwood is counting down the days until winter break. His pastor father is training him to lead their congregation, the Garden of Adam. But after one late night out with his friends, he comes face to face with a more chilling fact. Ooh, he's not his father's successor, he's his sacrifice. Now they're both on the run. Elwood knows that Will is his only hope. They must reluctantly work together to dig up the truth about her mom and the Garden of Adam. But what they don't know is that Elwood harbors another monstrous secret growing deep inside him. Oh, sounds good, doesn't it? Ooh, might be another Summerween. A horror man's? Could be good. Okay, anyway, that is what I got in my shopping expeditions to our new Books a Million. I am excited, but I'm also a little bit weary, a little bit worried, I guess maybe, because I'm going to be spending a lot of money at that store. I can already tell. Anyway, be on the lookout. Again, like I said, I have more books coming in the mail, so I'm going to be doing a book mail book haul. Should be coming up soon. It just depends on when they come in the mail. But until then, happy reading. Bye.